Exactly. Our next speaker is Stephan van den Oetelaar, CEO at game developer Stakelogic. Stephan, how are you?
I'm doing very well. I'm looking over a very sunny Kiev at the moment.
Sunny is good. Sunny is good. Stephan, thank you for being here. And once again, before we go to your part, let's do a quick audience survey question. That's on Slido as before. Go in your browser, use the event code GIH or use the app and access the poll. And the poll question is here. Have you already considered adding localized content to your product portfolio? Localized content to your product portfolio, entering the poll here. It's a quick yes or no answer. Give it a few more seconds, but I think we see where it's going. And I think the majority of the participants to the webinar have definitely considered localized content. I think that's a good backdrop to the conversation we're about to have now. Stephan, what do Dutch players typically expect from online slot games?
Well, Dutch players will look for Dutch classic slot games because that's the games they know from the pubs and the arcades. And also analysts expect that classic slot games will make about 20 to 25% of the total Dutch online market, and that includes live casino. And yes, we anticipated on that when we bought Stakelogic. Stakelogic holds a lot of typical Dutch IPR. So over the last years, we've created many classic slot games, which we can now offer to operators to exploit on the Dutch market. So we're very excited about the Dutch market opening up.
How many games, Stephan, if I may ask?
We have more than 60 classic games live at the moment.
Wow, that's quite impressive. I was trying to count all the titles, that's why. Stephan, what are the strengths of your product portfolio?
The strengths of our portfolio. I think in all modesty, we can say that Stakelogic is the world market leader where it comes to classic slot games. We've created many successful titles over the last 5 years, games that reside on top positions with tier 1 operators around the world. I think one of our strengths is that we combine traditional game concepts with the possibilities of the online world. So we create classic games and we add new elements to the game concept. And this makes that players are more open to explore games that are actually new and different. So by doing so, we extend the life cycle of games concepts that have been very successful for the last 30 years.
Yeah, okay, very good. Stephan, could you also provide an example how your games can be tailored to meet specific customer demands?
Okay, well, first about tailoring a game, I think Stakelogic, it's an end-to-end software factory. So that means that Stakelogic controls all the elements of the game. So we control the graphics, the animations, the sounds, the game server, the user interface. We create everything ourselves. And that means that our art directors, they can specify a game to the last detail, and also the art directors stay involved in the complete development process of the game. And we keep tweaking and tuning our games till it really meets the specifications. And you can only do that when you have everybody under the same roof. When it comes to meeting customer demands, I don't want to take the romance and the magic out of our profession, but to a large extent, Stakelogic games are nowadays based on data analysis. We study the data in our back office. We study the data we buy from external sources. And we analyze why certain games are successful in specific markets. And that data we use to develop new game concepts. And this is the way that Stakelogic maximizes the chances that our games are successful. And I think it's this analytical approach towards game development that has brought us where we are today.
That's excellent. That's quite impressive, Stephan. So let's see if there's any audience questions to you. Again, go to the Slido app, use the event code GIH and answer your questions. And there's a question here for you, Stephan. Are there specific new features that you're developing at this moment?
At this moment, we are developing an in-house leaderboard to create more of a community element within our games. We're also coming up with a line of live roulette games, which we will combine with classic slot games, that you can actually play live roulette and your favorite classic slot game at the same time. So these for us are two major developments we're working on right now.
Quite impressive. Stephan, that was really quite interesting. Thank you for joining us today, and again, see you soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you very much.